profound and pervasive sadness has settled upon my soul, a melancholy so deep it feels as though it has taken root within my very being. This sorrow, this heavy weight, stems from the aching absence of your presence, the silence that has stretched between us like an endless, desolate expanse. The past months, devoid of your voice, your touch, your very essence, have been an agonizing trial, a period of profound loneliness and introspection. The lack of connection, the absence of our shared moments, has become a burden almost too heavy to bear. I am acutely aware, painfully so, of my own failings during this time. The realization of my selfishness, of how my actions have skewed the delicate balance of our relationship, now hangs over me like a dark cloud. I see now how I allowed my own needs, my own desires, to overshadow the precious bond we shared. My behavior, I now understand, created an imbalance, a sense that our connection was somehow one-sided, a perception that cuts me to the core. This stark realization, this painful understanding, dawned upon me with brutal clarity only after we parted ways. The separation, though agonizing, provided a space for reflection, a time to look back upon my actions, to trace the path of my missteps, and to finally comprehend the profound impact they had upon you. It is a bitter truth to acknowledge, but I now see the depth of the emotional distress I caused you. I see how my actions left you feeling isolated, abandoned, as though you were cast out into a cold, unforgiving wilderness, with no solace, no comfort, and no one to turn to. This understanding, this vivid comprehension of the pain I inflicted, has filled me with an overwhelming sense of guilt. The weight of my regret is immense, a crushing burden that I carry with me every waking moment. I long, with every fiber of my being, to turn back the hands of time, to rewrite the narrative of our past, to undo the hurt I so carelessly caused. But the past, alas, remains unyielding, a fixed point in the ever-flowing river of time. Yet, amidst this sorrow, amidst this profound regret, there is also a glimmer of recognition, a growing awareness of something extraordinary, something truly unique, that resides within you. It is not merely your physical beauty, the undeniable allure that naturally draws the gaze of others. It is not simply the captivating charm that graces your outward appearance. There is something far more profound, something infinitely deeper, that sets you apart from all others. There is a gentle and nurturing quality that emanates from you, an energy that is distinctly and undeniably yours. This energy, this captivating aura that you exude, possesses a magnetic pull, an irresistible force that draws me in, that compels me to be near you, to bask in the warmth of your presence. It is a quality that transcends the superficial, a quality that speaks to the very core of my being. My past actions, however, now cast a long shadow, leaving me consumed by a deep and abiding sense of embarrassment. I am ashamed, profoundly ashamed, of how I so carelessly disregarded you, how I so callously ignored you, when you were showering me with your undivided attention, with your boundless affection. You were there for me, offering me a love, a devotion, a level of care that surpassed anything or anyone else in your life. Yet, in my blindness, in my folly, I chose to ignore you, to disregard the precious gift of love that you so freely offered. Now, I find myself yearning, with an intensity that is almost unbearable, for what I once had, for what I so foolishly let slip through my fingers. I long for the love, the attention, the affection that you once bestowed upon me with such unwavering generosity. It is a cruel irony, a bitter lesson learned too late, that we often only truly realize the immeasurable value of something, or someone, when it is gone, when it has been irretrievably taken away from us. This ancient adage, this timeless truth, now resonates within me with a painful clarity. I am living proof of its veracity, experiencing its sting firsthand, understanding the profound wisdom behind these words. I am reflecting, endlessly reflecting, on what I had, on the treasure I possessed, and on the devastating loss I have suffered, all because of the insidious grip of my own ego and pride. I allowed my ego, that insidious voice of self-importance, to cloud my judgment, to distort my perception, and to ultimately guide my actions. I allowed it to erect a barrier between us, a wall of arrogance that prevented me from seeing the truth, from appreciating the depth of your love. I feel a deep and abiding sense of shame for making you feel jealous, for causing you pain, when all you were doing, all you ever did, was offer me your love, your unwavering support, and your unconditional devotion. I deeply regret my actions, I lament the choices I made, I rue the day I allowed my ego and pride to stand in the way of our connection, to poison the well of our relationship. I am now left with a profound sense of loss, a gaping void in my heart that echoes with the absence of your presence. I have lost something precious, something irreplaceable, something I once took for granted, and now, all I can do is reflect on my past actions, to examine the wreckage of my mistakes, and to desperately hope for a chance to make things right, to rebuild what I have so carelessly destroyed. I am learning, slowly and painfully, from my mistakes. I am growing, albeit through tears and sorrow, from my experiences. I am striving, with every ounce of my being, to become a better person, a more worthy individual. But above all else, my deepest hope, my most fervent desire, is for a chance to make amends, to demonstrate to you, through my actions, that I have truly changed, that I am genuinely sorry for the pain I have caused, and that I am ready to dedicate myself to earning back your trust and your love. You may not fully comprehend, you may never truly grasp, the immense effort I had to exert, the sheer force of will it required, to be perceived as likable, to conform to the rigid and often suffocating societal norms that surrounded me. It was a constant struggle, an unrelenting battle against my own true self, as I desperately strived to mold myself, to shape my identity, into a version that would be accepted, approved, and validated by others. The pressure was raw, unfiltered, and relentless, a constant barrage of expectations and judgments. It was a race, a competition, a relentless pursuit to fit in, to be considered one of the best, to avoid being left behind in the relentless current of societal approval. In this arduous journey, in this exhausting quest for acceptance, I discovered a harsh and undeniable truth: the only person I could truly rely on, the only constant in the ever-changing landscape of my life, was myself. This profound realization, this hard-won understanding, led me to a pivotal decision, a choice that would irrevocably alter the course of my life. I decided, with a newfound sense of clarity and purpose, to devote my maximum attention, my unwavering focus, to my own needs, my own desires, and my own dreams. It was a conscious choice, a deliberate act of self-preservation, to prioritize my own well-being, to place my own happiness above the expectations and judgments of others. It was a decision born of necessity, a recognition that I could no longer sacrifice my own authenticity on the altar of societal approval. Soon, I stumbled upon an escape, a refuge, a sanctuary from the harsh and often unforgiving realities of this world. I found solace, temporary though it may have been, in the various pleasures that life had to offer. These pleasures, initially sought as a means of escape, a way to numb the pain and the pressure, soon became an integral part of my daily routine. They transformed, insidiously, into habits, into patterns, into deeply ingrained behaviors that I followed with an almost religious fervor. Unfortunately, certain addictions also took hold during this vulnerable phase of my life. These addictions, initially seeming harmless, offering a temporary respite from the anxieties and pressures of existence, soon became chains, binding me, restricting me, and ultimately proving incredibly difficult to break free from. They became a prison of my own making, a self-imposed confinement that I struggled to escape. Then, I met you. You were unlike anyone I had ever encountered before, a breath of fresh air in the stagnant and suffocating atmosphere of my self-imposed isolation. You did not possess any of these negative habits, these destructive patterns that had become so deeply ingrained in my existence. You never demanded anything unusual from me, never imposed your expectations or desires upon me, never sought to mold me into someone I was not. You were different from the other women I had met, who often seemed consumed by trivial matters, constantly chasing after materialistic pleasures, and obsessed with the superficial trappings of success. You existed in your own world, a world that was untainted by societal norms, unburdened by the relentless pursuit of external validation, and untouched by the corrosive influence of superficiality. This unique quality, this independence of spirit, made you appear both busy and beautiful, both engaged in your own pursuits and radiating an inner glow that captivated me. You were natural, organic, and unpretentious, a refreshing contrast to the artificiality and pretense that had dominated my life for so long. Your demeanor was like a balm to my soul, a soothing presence in a life that had been dominated by artifice and superficiality. Your presence in my life brought about a profound realization, a moment of startling clarity. After living in my previous manner for so long, I began to question if something was fundamentally amiss, if I had strayed from the path of authenticity. I started questioning my lifestyle, my choices, and my habits, wondering if there was something fundamentally wrong with me, with the way I was living my life, and with the values I had come to embrace. Your presence made me realize that perhaps I needed to make some significant changes, to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. I needed to break free from the chains of my addictions, to escape from the patterns that had become so deeply ingrained in my existence, and to reclaim my own authenticity. I needed to find a way to live a life that was true to who I was, a life that was not dictated by societal norms or external expectations, a life that was guided by my own inner compass. Your presence in my life has been a catalyst for change, a beacon of hope in the darkness, a guiding light that has illuminated a new path forward. You have shown me, through your own example, that it is indeed possible to live a life that is true to oneself, a life that is not defined by societal norms or external expectations, a life that is rich in meaning, purpose, and authenticity. And for that, I am eternally grateful, forever indebted to you for the profound impact you have had on my journey. Your partner has reached a point, a critical juncture, where they no longer wish to be confined to the boundaries of mere friendship. They harbor a deep-seated desire, a fervent longing, to take things to the next level, to embark on a journey of deeper connection, and to make a serious and lasting commitment. This is not a decision they have taken lightly, a whimsical impulse or a fleeting fancy. It is a profound realization, a conviction that has dawned upon them after much contemplation, deep introspection, and careful consideration. Their feelings for you are so intense, so all-consuming, that they find it utterly impossible to take their eyes off you. They are captivated by your presence, mesmerized by your every move, and utterly enthralled by your very essence. The mere thought of seeing you with someone else, of imagining you sharing your life with another, is unbearable, a source of profound anguish and torment. They spend countless hours lost in deep thoughts about you, their mind replaying cherished memories, their heart aching with longing. Every moment spent with you, every conversation shared, every laugh echoed, plays on repeat in the theater of their mind. They miss you, not in a casual or passing way, but with an intensity that is almost palpable, a yearning that permeates their very being. They are eager, desperate even, to reach out, to bridge the distance that has grown between you, and to reclaim the connection that has been lost. Your partner has been introspective, deeply reflecting on their past, and painstakingly understanding how their past traumas, their past wounds, and their past experiences have affected their ability to love, to trust, and to be stable in a committed relationship. They have come to the painful realization that their past experiences have cast a long shadow over their present, preventing them from fully embracing love, from opening their heart, and from committing to a shared future. But they are not allowing their past to define their future, to dictate the trajectory of their life, or to condemn them to a cycle of repeating the same mistakes. They are committed to healing, to growing, and to giving love another chance, a chance to flourish, to thrive, and to become the cornerstone of their existence. They are determined to break free from the shackles of their past and to forge a new path, a path illuminated by love, trust, and mutual respect. They often find themselves reminiscing about the past, about the precious time spent with you, about the moments of joy, laughter, and shared intimacy. Each memory is like a cherished keepsake, a treasured memento, bringing a smile to their face, a warmth to their heart, and a longing to their soul. They yearn for your warmth, for the comfort and happiness that your presence brings, for the sense of belonging and connection that only you can provide. They want to come after you, to pursue you, to win you back, to prove their worthiness, and to demonstrate the depth of their commitment. Because this time, they are more prepared, more self-aware, and more determined than ever before. They have learned from their past mistakes, they have grown from their experiences, and they are ready to make amends, to rebuild trust, and to create a future together. Your partner has learned about empathy, about the profound importance of understanding and sharing the feelings of others. They have realized that empathy is not just about you, but about everyone around them, about fostering compassion, and about building bridges of understanding. They have learned to listen with an open heart, to understand with a compassionate mind, and to care with a genuine and unwavering devotion. Your silence, however, is pushing them to their limits, testing the boundaries of their patience, and challenging their resolve. It is making them question, to doubt, and to overthink every aspect of their past actions, their present feelings, and their future hopes. It is making them say things they wouldn't normally say, express emotions they would typically suppress, and confront fears they would usually avoid. They can't hold back this time. They are ready to express their feelings, to lay their heart bare, and to let you know, with unwavering clarity and profound sincerity, just how much you mean to them, how deeply they cherish you, and how irrevocably their life is intertwined with yours. In the intricate and often unpredictable journey of life, I've recently been experiencing a series of profound realizations, moments of startling clarity, and epiphanies that have reshaped my understanding of the world around me. These insights, primarily about my own life and the elusive concept of love, have been triggered, in large part, by our interactions, by the unique and transformative connection we share. And for that, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you, my heartfelt appreciation for the role you have played in this process of self-discovery. I also feel a profound sense of thankfulness towards a higher power, towards God, for orchestrating our paths to cross, for bringing us together in this intricate dance of life. This divine intervention, this seemingly serendipitous encounter, has not only enriched my life beyond measure but has also catalyzed my personal growth, accelerating my journey of self-discovery and transformation in ways I never thought possible. Ever since our paths intertwined, I've noticed a significant acceleration in my personal development, a rapid and profound growth in my understanding of myself, my place in the world, and the true meaning of love. This growth, interestingly, became even more pronounced during our period of separation, during the time we spent apart, reflecting on our individual journeys and preparing ourselves for a deeper connection. You're well aware that this time apart was a conscious decision, a necessary step in our shared journey, a deliberate act of self-reflection and healing. It was a period for us to heal from our past wounds, to confront our individual challenges, to grow stronger in our individual capacities, and to ultimately prepare ourselves for a lifelong commitment to each other, a commitment built on a foundation of self-awareness, mutual respect, and unwavering love. Reflecting on my past, I realized that I've always been aware, on some level, of the fact that our immediate surroundings, the world we inhabit, and the people we encounter may not always reflect the complete truth. I observed a conspicuous lack of authenticity in many individuals around me, a tendency to present a curated version of themselves, rather than embracing their true selves. In the absence of a clear understanding of what was right or wrong, I found myself, more often than not, following the footsteps of those who seemed to have achieved material success, those who had climbed the ladder of societal approval. This pursuit, however, this relentless chase after external validation and material wealth, ultimately left me feeling unfulfilled and disconnected, empty inside despite the outward appearances of success. It was a hollow victory, a Pyrrhic triumph, that left me yearning for something more, something deeper, and something more meaningful. Then, I met you. From our very first interaction, from the moment our eyes met, I sensed that you were different, a refreshing contrast to the people I had encountered before. You were not part of the rat race for material success, you did not subscribe to the prevailing societal norms, nor did you seem to care much about the superficial trappings of wealth and status. This was a refreshing change, a welcome departure from the people I was accustomed to, who often seemed consumed by the pursuit of external validation. Your indifference to materialistic achievements, your focus on the deeper aspects of life, added an element of mystery to your persona, an aura of authenticity that intrigued me in profound and unexpected ways. It was a quality that drew me in, that captivated my attention, and that made me want to know you, to understand your perspective, and to learn from your wisdom. Your presence in my life has been like a breath of fresh air, a beacon of authenticity in a world often marred by pretense and superficiality. You've helped me realize that there's more to life than just material success, that true fulfillment lies not in the accumulation of wealth but in the cultivation of meaningful relationships, the pursuit of personal growth, and the embrace of one's authentic self. You've shown me the importance of authenticity, of staying true to oneself, and of valuing the deeper, more meaningful aspects of life, the qualities that truly enrich our existence and give it purpose.